Hey everyone, it's Rev Ron here at Unity of Fairfax. Happy World Day of Prayer. Today we unite in mind and heart with Unity and New Thought communities around the world. We are one in spirit, one in love. We are united in the power and presence of God within, our source of strength, faith, and power, our source of all good. And so I invite you to take a moment right now to reflect on this year's guiding affirmation for World Day of Prayer. No matter the circumstances, all is well with my soul. Let's take a moment to affirm that together. No matter the circumstances, all is well with my soul. And now consider how that emerges both individually and communally when the focus is on one's heart, one's mind, and one's life. In his book, Jesus Christ Heals, Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore wrote, "We can have the fullness of life by realizing that we live in a sea of abundant, omnipresent, eternal life, and by refusing to allow any thought to come in that stops the consciousness of the universal life flow." The world that we live in certainly provides us with daily opportunities to practice the presence, to practice staying grounded in truth with a capital T that is mightier than any circumstances, including the facts of the day. And so what consciousness carries you, carries us as a community? In the midst of life, perhaps consider these questions. When I realize my thoughts are running on automatic, how can I harness the power of my mind? Which affirmations or thoughts of truth can uplift me from my human condition into my spiritual authority? How can I feel my feelings without letting them take charge of my life? My feelings might have important messages that inform my heart's desires and longings, but how can I honor my feelings and allow them to have healthy expression? And how can I bring my spiritual awareness to unwanted conditions? When times are tough, how am I able to recognize my human needs as well as claim my spiritual power? What does it mean to believe that all is well with my soul, even in the midst of life's challenges? In her book, Myrtle Fillmore's Healing Letters, there's a phrase that shows up in several of Myrtle's letters back to people who had written in for prayer support to the Society of Silent Help. That the phrase begins with "God in the midst of you is." So let's take a moment right here and right now to center using these words of Myrtle Fillmore as statements of truth. And so if it's comfortable, I invite you to close your eyes, to take a deep breath, and to know these words with me. God in the midst of you is love. God in the midst of you is wisdom. God in the midst of you is substance. God in the midst of you is a steady stream of renewing and cleansing and revitalizing life, mighty to quicken, to cleanse, to heal, to restore to wholeness, to prosper. God in the midst of you is what frees. God in the midst of you is a tower of strength and stability. You are filled with the tireless energy of Christ in you, and you are renewed every moment of the day. It is God in the midst of you doing a mighty and perfect work that is responsible for all good. With God, all things are possible. And so I invite you today to stay grounded in this truth of God in the midst of you, in the midst of us as community, and to allow our doing to flow from a sense of our being, one with Godness, goodness, allness. Then, no matter the circumstances, all is well with our soul. Blessed be, my friends.